We often get asked, what types of contracts do municipalities need to competitively bid? And the answer is that state law requires competitive bidding for contracts for public construction with a cost exceeding $25,000. If you have a contract for public construction but the cost is $25,000 or less, you will be required to publish a Class 1 notice, but you do not need to competitively bid that project. If you have a contract that's not for public construction at all, you don't need to do any competitive bidding under state law. Where things get confusing is trying to determine what constitutes public construction. And why is that confusing, Claire?
It's confusing because state statutes do not define public construction. So you will have situations where, something clearly is public construction. For example, you're building a city or village hall, and it's going to exceed $25,000. There are also situations where clearly something is not public construction. So contracts for services like professional services, or services like garbage and recycling, or purchase of equipment like squad cars, those do not need to be bid. But sometimes things will fall into maintenance type things, and there it's less clear because you're not actually constructing something. It's already been constructed, but you're maintaining it. So for example, if you're just painting city or village hall, you're not constructing anything, but you're maintaining it, and the statutes don't tell you whether that constitutes public construction. Another example would be putting a new roof on, replacing the roof's there, but you're going to rip off the old shingles and put on new shingles. And does that need to be bid? And so case law doesn't make it clear, state statutes don't make it clear, and so in those situations you have to proceed cautiously and try and analyze whether you're really building something or just maintaining it.
Definitely. And another thing to think about is whether or not your municipality has its own local purchasing policy that might establish requirements in addition to those set forth by state law. So when you are looking to enter into a contract for a project, you need to remember to think about, is this a contract for public construction? What's the overall cost? And what does that mean in terms of state law and any local law if you have one? And if you have questions regarding your project or your contract, it's always good to reach out to your municipal attorney.